Welcome to Module 4, Research Problem and Hypothesis. At this point in your journey, you've explored the broader landscape of research types and approaches. Now it's time to sharpen your focus. Because no matter how elegant your methodology or how innovative your tools, a research project is only as strong as the problem it seeks to solve. Why the research problem matters. Every credible research study begins with a clearly articulated research problem. This is not the same as simply choosing a topic. A topic is broad: workplace stress, youth leadership, church growth. A research problem, by contrast, is specific, focused, and rooted in a real gap in knowledge or practice. It identifies what's not yet known or not yet understood and explains why that matters in your field, community, or organization. Think of your research problem as the anchor of your study. It determines your direction, your design, and ultimately, your impact. Without a clear problem, your research can drift, producing data, yes, but not necessarily insight. A strong research problem has four key qualities: specificity, it zeroes in on a narrow, well-defined issue; relevance, it matters to a real-world context, not just in theory; researchability, it can be explored using evidence and methodology; clarity, it's written in precise academic language. Let's compare. Vague, there is a lot of stress among healthcare workers. Focused, nurses in urban emergency departments report higher stress levels due to understaffing and unpredictable shift schedules. The second version specifies who, where, and why, making it something you can investigate rigorously. Research question versus hypothesis. Once your problem is clear, the next task is to decide how you want to explore it. This is where the distinction between a research question and a hypothesis becomes critical. A research question is used primarily in qualitative or exploratory research. It's an open-ended inquiry that aims to understand how, why, or in what ways something happens. These questions guide interviews, observations, and other flexible methods. For example, how do nurses describe the impact of unpredictable schedules on their professional well-being? This kind of question doesn't seek to prove something. It seeks to uncover meaning and experience. It allows for nuance and narrative. A hypothesis, on the other hand, is central to quantitative research. It's a testable statement, essentially a prediction based on prior knowledge or theory. A hypothesis proposes a relationship between variables that you can confirm or disprove using statistical analysis. For example, nurses who work rotating shifts will score significantly higher on standardized stress measures than those with fixed shifts. Hypotheses are useful when you're trying to measure something, often through experiments, surveys, or structured data collection. The role of operationalization. To make either your research question or hypothesis effective, you need to operationalize your key concepts. Operationalization is the process of turning abstract ideas like stress, engagement, or leadership into measurable elements. This step brings clarity and precision to your study. Ask yourself, how will I know if someone is experiencing stress? Will you use a standardized survey, a behavioral observation, or self-reported narratives? The method must align with the type of research you're doing and the nature of your question or hypothesis. This is where theory and practice meet. Operational definitions don't just help you design your study, they also strengthen your credibility and make your findings usable by others. Real-world application. This week's activity helps bring all of this into a real-world context. You'll identify a topic or issue from your academic or professional experience, something you believe needs to be better understood. Then you'll draft a clear statement of the problem in one sentence. Write a research question that explores the issue. Write a hypothesis that predicts a measurable outcome related to that issue. This exercise is foundational. It mirrors the exact process you'll follow when planning a thesis, dissertation, or capstone. And more importantly, it builds your skill in applying rigorous thinking to real challenges in your field. Here's a quick example. Topic: youth disengagement in church programs. Problem: participation in weekly youth services has declined steadily in urban churches over the past year, with little understanding of why. Research question: how do young adults in urban churches perceive the relevance of weekly worship programming? Hypothesis: churches that offer interactive, discussion-based youth programs will report higher attendance among individuals aged 18 to 25. Notice how each element builds logically on the one before it, giving structure and clarity to the overall investigation. What you need to do: read the course guide sections on formulating problems and developing hypotheses. Complete the problem, question, and hypothesis survey to submit your own draft versions and receive feedback. Take the quiz to review and reinforce your understanding of the differences between problems, questions, and hypotheses. An 80% score is required to continue. To summarize, formulating a clear research problem and matching it with the right question or hypothesis is not just a technical task. It's a creative and critical thinking skill. It's how you turn ideas into inquiry and inquiry into insight. Whether your future research is academic, professional, or community based, this module equips you to take the first and most important step with confidence. Let's get started.